Okay, so this was one of my best early games or best games early on, using the Type 95, which I think like just that night or whenever I've been playing that session, as you might call it, I just discovered was good, and I threw on a red dot sight on it, maybe rapid fire, and I was just testing it out and being really impressed and surprised and being like, look how good this gun could be. And looks like I also have my M16 class, so I was also attempting to make the M16 good, but that attempt had failed. I tried to put a red dot and rapid fire on to increase its rate of fire and just see how good it was, but I don't think it was that good, although I'm always willing to give the M16 another try. See, Call of Duty 4, they made the M16 way too good, so now for, I don't know, like for 3 games now, they've been trying to make up for it by making it bad. You can see that in Modern Warfare 2, the M16 is completely outmatched by the FAMAS. Then you see in Black Ops, the M16 is just not that good. It's kind of outmatched. It's okay in Black Ops, but it's not very good. In comparison to the other assault rifles, it's outmatched by the G11, which would be its competition for the 3-round burst weapon. And now in Modern Warfare 3, it is much worse than the Type 95. So Captain Cody likes to joke that they're still trying to make up for making the gun so good in Call of Duty 4. Which is kind of funny because it's absolutely true. They made that gun way too good. And it does kind of seem like they're trying to make up for it. So I want to post this game because it had a good score, or a decent score, and it showed very solid fundamentals. Good aim, good movement around the map, good use of UAV. All that good kind of stuff, and it just shows off the Type 95's kind of ability. And I see some people use this gun on occasion, but I don't know, it's not very well because people have problems being accurate in this game. But if you are accurate, and you can learn how to be accurate by using these kinds of guns, then you will be successful. You need to understand the limitations that these guns have too as well, though. And you also need to learn how to exploit the strengths of these guns. So, the weaknesses most typically are going to be close range. That's because you're not going to be able to use both analog sticks as effectively, because you're going to be so busy trying to press R1. The brain has trouble doing more than one action at once, or, I don't know, just that number of actions at once. So that is why it is hard for people to use the 3-round burst guns at close range. And that's not including the M16, I'm just talking about the FAMAS and stuff like that. Because the M16 is just impossible, because that gun sucks. So, except in Call of Duty 4. So, yeah, that's one limitation is at close range. But to learn, you need to learn how to be able to hip fire at close range. And that means you need to be pressing the R1 button as fast as possible, but you still need to be able to aim properly with the gun. And it just comes from lots of use of the gun. And you need to learn that if you're going to be rushing, when your sight comes up, they're going to be shooting, because you start shooting when you're kind of in just the hip fire mode, and then you'll bring the gun up to your eye, or you'll bring up the sight and then start shooting. And you really can't do that as easily with this gun. And to make up for that, you need to aim around corners more often, and you need to be more careful in the way you play. And you're not going to want to get into close range combat, because it is harder to aim left, back and forth. With this gun, you're going to want to stay at range. That's with most of them. And you're going to want to find points where they're visible to you, and you're not visible to them. You want to take advantage of this gun's range, so you're going to want to use windows. And this is not a rushing gun. This is a gun to use its precision, its accuracy, and its ability to kill in like one burst. So also you have to be quite accurate. You can't just spray around. Thinking about accuracy, you also want to be able to take those difficult long shots with this gun. Some of those shots are like when their head's kind of poking up from behind a barrel or box. You have to be able to get them with this gun, because that's really what this gun is made for, is those kinds of precise shots. And you need to be able to utilize your gun's advantages. So I don't think I really explained that too well. I don't really care. I'm not going to like redo it or anything. But just kind of note the way that I use the 3-round burst guns that I play with. Like, if you watch one of my other videos where I use the FAMAS, look how I go around corners. Look how I prepare when I notice I'm going to be rushed by someone. Just look and watch and learn from that kind of stuff. So this is a game of Team Defender. and pretty easy one from the looks of it. Didn't have a lot of problems from this team. Oh gosh, I really wish I hadn't died right there. But yeah, just watch how I use this gun, because if you can get good with the 3-round burst guns, you're going to have a lot of success with them, because they typically make them better than the other guns. That's the reason why they're 3-round burst, is because they're better statistically. Except for the M16, that gun's just so bad, I hate that gun. Maybe if they make the M16 fully automatic one day, which I don't see why they don't, because in real life it is a fully automatic rifle, then we'll see. But till then, yeah, just try to use the Type 95, stay away from the M16, try the 3-round burst guns out, and that's all.